Stop it! He lost sight of it! Red fence the wrap around and don't. Fabio in the front knuckle hockey goal! You get him off the trade block. How's it going, everyone? Welcome to Season 4, Episode 18 of the Powerskateshow. We have some amazing topics to talk about, and one of them is very unfortunate, as our Nostalgia Week. And we have a certain team about time, finally, getting their first win on home ice. Before I blabber about everything, kind of a good time. And also, we have some amazing news after we'll do our all-star predictions as far as roster goes. With that being said, and as far as I'm concerned, please welcome Grant Flood. Hold on. I think an amazing reception, eh?
I'm getting my own little round of applause out here. Ooh, feeling flattered today. How's it going, everybody? I'm Grant Fluff from Fletcher Sports Zone. Welcome to Season 4, Episode 18 of the Power Skate Show. A lot of fun topics to get to this week, and a little bit slow on the hockey news end, but definitely the topics are worth a look and worth, I guess, to talk about. So should be a good episode.
We have some jersey unveils. We actually got two. And one of them is, for the first time in Power Skate Show history, we're talking about a certain league.
That's right.
Yes. And we got a couple of game alerts on a certain team, which me and Grant have been begging. We always says, you have one job. With that being said, let's do some advertising before we get this party started. You guys, if you're huge hockey fans like us, you guys have to follow the Powerskate Show, best in the game. We kind of thought 1.4 to end the year, but unfortunately, won't happen. But you know what? Let's say 1.4 by this year's All-Star game.
Let's get that.
And finally, you guys are required, if you're Powerskate Show fans, you gotta follow Fletcher Sports Zone. He does everything. Like I said, he does everything. Football, basketball, and I think off topic we should give Curry a round of applause for breaking the all-time 3 points, but it's off topic.
Sure.
We just gotta be respectful at sometimes. Hockey, baseball. Well, baseball is getting slow, eh?
Oh, yeah. There's nothing but a bunch of minor league transactions in baseball. Lockout. Ridiculous.
Oh, my God. Anyway, since hockey's back on track, let's get this party started. Game alert! The Avalanche snapped the Rangers' 7-game win streak with a 7-3 victory. Logan O'Connor, Mikko Rantanen both recorded 2 goals in that game.
I mean, pretty rough showing for the Rangers. They had a chance to beat a team like Colorado to really, I guess, get their statement win. Rangers are still doing fine in the Metro, though, so I wouldn't necessarily panic over this loss. And Rangers have definitely came back and won a couple games since then. So, yeah, no threat here for the Rangers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, look, New York, good top 10 team. I mean, like that's very impressive for the Rangers how they're jumping into this year. Like Colorado, Logan O'Connor, who's basically like your most likely an AHL guy, but helped a 7-3 victory. Amazing. Love it. Huh. Next. Not Hurricanes. Canucks news. Jim Rutherford is back, ladies and gentlemen. GM JR.
There he goes, and he is about to make some questionable transactions that will probably end up working a year or two down the road. Originally, he was supposed to be the intern GM. Apparently, he's going to be here for another 3 seasons. It'll be interesting to see what he does. I just find it very interesting how he retired from Pittsburgh, and then he came back less than a year later. But, Vancouver, they obviously need a GM right now after they fired Jim Benning a couple weeks ago. And, I guess they must have thought Rutherford was the guy to do that. I mean, this guy is very good at finding defensemen, which is what Vancouver kind of needs right now. And, this guy has a couple of Stanley Cups to his name, so we'll see what happens.
Pretty much in every Canucks news, we need a hashtag. Hashtag free Brock Besser. Get this dude off the trade block. Like the intro, get him off the trade block.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Brock Besser's, he's been off the trade block since the day Jim Benning's been fired.
Mm-hmm. We have a milestone alert. Let's give Marc-Andre Fleury a round of applause. 500 wins.
Third goalie of all time joining Brodeur and Waugh does it in a 2-0 shutout win over Montreal. Very good goaltender, obviously. Going to make the Hall of Fame, no question. He has the 3 Stanley Cups. He's got the Vezina Trophy. This guy's amazing. And, there was a lot of rumbling saying, is Marc-Andre Fleury going to retire? He's not. He doesn't want to join the Blackhawks. What does that mean for his future? Well, I think setting 500-plus career wins is definitely something to, maybe take kind of like, how am I trying to say? Don't, I guess, make his time in Chicago basically a waste of time. I'm trying to word it better, but I don't really know how to word it. But basically, this isn't going to put a black eye on his time in Chicago. It seems like the city's really starting to respect him now, and him saying that milestone is definitely good for hockey itself.
Yeah, as far as like Marc-Andre Fleury, we knew that he's going to hit 500 this year.
Yeah.
But we did not expect that he would get the 500th win in a Blackhawks uniform. We thought that when Chicago was before Cullen got fired, they felt like, Fleury's going to be gone at the time when Cullen is gone. Survey says the Blackhawks are better after Jeremy Cullen.
Yeah, no, their interim head coach, he actually has a winning record, or at least his record's hovering around 500. Blackhawks season's kind of turned around a little bit. I mean, I think it is too late for them to. Well, I mean, I don't know. It is December. Maybe they will turn it around and like sneak in as like the last team in the West to make the playoffs, which I doubt. But at
Yeah.
least now you can kind of salvage some of your season, which is good, and then try to make a playoff push for next year. We'll see.
I kind of see next year they're not going to pull off what the Washington Nationals did.
Oh yeah, no, they aren't gonna. No, Blackhawks ain't going from worst to first.
We have an Islanders game alert. You have one job. You. 3-2. You were winning like in the last 8 minutes. 3-2. When it was 3-2, 8 minutes left to go, we were like, oh, it's about time. Like, Powerskateshow fans, they were like, oh, yes. What's Alex's reaction about the Islanders getting their first win?
Mm-hmm.
Editors stunned at the Islanders 4-3 with a Yakov Trenin game-winning goal under a minute. A minute. Islanders are still winless.
Yeah, I remember like, oh, this is the night the Islanders are going to beat the Predators. They're going to win their first home game in the new arena. Nope, just defense collapsed at the last second. Predators win in overtime. Not a good showing for the Islanders. Their train wreck of a season continues.
Next, we have something interesting. Well, I'll say our minor nostalgia of the week. Kinda. World Cup of Hockey! Per reports, the NHL and the NHLPA are interested in bringing back the World Cup of Hockey tournament at some point soon.
I mean, that would be nice if they were to do it. I mean, I hope they did. It was a success. When they do it, 2017 was it when they did it?
16.
Yeah, I remember it being a success.
Corporate
yeah, I had a lot of fun watching that. So hopefully they do. Hopefully they do bring it back once COVID clears up and everything.
Yeah. Yeah, I really loved the World Cup of Hockey in 2016. Like, definitely a success. You had North America, which I think that the best moment in that year's World Cup of Hockey when Nathan MacKinnon, the game-winning overtime goal against Slovakia or Europe, I believe. It was Sweden, I believe. So yeah, like I think having the same team, same look.
Yeah.
North America, they're like a USA Hockey 1980 2.0. Under 21. Well, MacKinnon, he was not 21 at the time, was he?
McKibben may have been 21, 22 at that time, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, like lots of good. Oh, I think it's under 25. So yeah, under 25 players. I think that was a success for sure. We have an unfortunate retirement, but I think we should give him a round of applause. It's an unfortunate career to end with, but I think we should give him the recognition he truly deserves. Mr. Ben Bishop.
Sucks. I remember I ordered his jersey when he was on the Lightning back in 5th grade. I was so devastated. This is back when I liked the Lightning. I was so devastated when Chicago won in 2015. Because, man, Ben Bishop was such a fun goaltender to watch. And I'll tell you one thing, definitely one of my most favorite goaltenders from the entire 2010s. He was a phenomenal athlete. I know he did next to nothing on the Kings, but when he joined the LA Kings, I remember being wicked excited. Then obviously joining the Stars, making the Stanley Cup Finals as the backup to Antoine Khudobin, and also playing a tremendous.
We'll get to that for Khudobin.
We'll get to Khudobin in a little bit. Stars are doing a lot of goalie transactions, but also had a tremendous 2019 season. It just sucks that injuries finally got in the way of Ben Bishop. You know, he underwent knee surgery for, I think it was 14 months. He had to retire as he's 35 years old. And situation sucks, of course, but at the same time, you can't really blame him. It's tough for athletes to battle through injuries, especially physically. And at this point, Bishop realized if I'm just going to keep on undergoing surgery, I don't see a point why I should put my body in risk. You know, he played his designated assignment game in the AHL and allowed 4 goals or something. He really was not playing that good against AHL competition. How well are you going to do against NHL competition? Not good in the slightest. It's unfortunate, but it is the smart call. And for Bishop, even though it's a long shot, I want this guy in the Hall of Fame. I don't think it's going to happen, or at least they're going to induct other goalies in front of him. But Bishop for the Hall of Fame, I think you can make a strong case for that.
Yeah. I mean, I would say Bishop will be the top 3 waiting Hall of Famers to be. You got to put Fleury in first. And no, Lundqvist first. And then Fleury. And then wait for like another 5 or 6 years and then have Bishop be in that Hall of Fame conversation.
Yeah, I mean, you have Rene. Unfortunately, as much as I hate to say it, Rask has a better shot to make the Hall of Fame than Bishop. Jonathan Quick's another one.
How about Tim Thomas?
Tim Thomas, man, I don't know why Tim Thomas isn't in the Hall of Fame. I could have an entire Powerskate rant about that one topic alone. Tim Thomas definitely should be in the Hall of Fame, but again, not yet. I mean, a lot of goalies from the 2010s aren't in the Hall of Fame. I mean, look at guys like Cabby Boulin, Kiprasov, I mean, Dwayne Rolson even. I mean, all these guys should be in the Hall of Fame, and they're just not. Chris Osgood, I mean, I don't know why Chris Osgood isn't in the Hall of Fame either. He's part of the 400 win club. I mean, there's a lot of goalies that deserve to be in the Hall of Fame, especially more than Ben Bishop, as they were more successful in the playoffs and less injury prone. But I'm not knocking off Ben Bishop's career in the slightest, especially when he was on the Lightning. And again, that tail end with the Stars before his injury, he was extremely good. Also played well with the Senators. I think he played for the Senators for what? Was it only 2 years? He was producing pretty good.
And the Blues.
And the Blues. He was better on the Senators, though, but yeah, he was drafted by the Blues.
No, Bishop was not drafted by the Blues. He was drafted by the Sens, I believe. And he came by the Blues. I think he won William M. Jennings trophy.
Maybe I'm getting my teams mixed up. I'm not sure, but you get what I mean. I felt he was at least better on Ottawa.
We have another game alert. It is about time. Islanders, you finally have a win.
It only took him, 8 tries?
Well, wait. Before we talk about it, you can cue the yes chant. Alright, cool.
Dare I say, if they didn't play the Devils, they would have lost. Legend has it. I mean, you want to talk about the Metropolitan Division. There's only one disaster worse than the Islanders right now, and that's New Jersey.
Oh, yeah. And also, who thought that the Devils will shut out the Flyers 3-0 with their New Jersey Devils jersey. Give me a second.
Okay, but we gotta talk about last night's game when the Flyers kind of won 6-1.
Hold on.
Why are you
I
bringing
have
up
a
old
question about
stuff?
Mr. Blackwood.
Why are you bringing up old stuff?
Hold
We're talking
on.
about last week's game. We should be talking about last night's game.
Hold on. Yeah. Go ahead. Talk about it before I get.
Oh no, the other game I even watched last night was that abysmal Bruins game, which you had the pleasure of posting, so I can go full rant
We'll get
time
to that.
later.
We'll get to that.
Yeah, that's what I mean. We'll get to that. Of course, I commentated it last night on my channel, so make sure you go check that out. If you haven't.
What is this behind your goalie mask?
Oh, what a shocker. They did what we told them to do. I'm copywriting them, by the way. They stole our idea.
Mask. Jersey. Good job labeling, Blackwood.
You can label equipment. What a shocker.
All right, and with that, let's go back to Powerskate. And don't worry, guys. Grant's rant hour will be in about a couple minutes.
Mm-hmm.
We got some unfortunate news. Wait a second. Upside. Blackhawks forward Reese Johnson will be out indefinitely due to a fractured clavicle.
Well, unfortunate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, pretty much the same thing. We have some jersey unveilings.
All right.
Their Boston University 100th anniversary uniforms. We'll get to it right now. Grant, since you're a Massachusetts native, W or L these things and break it down.
These things is a W, because they kept it original, but this is what a college uniform would look like. Old-fashioned jerseys that teams would use from the 30s and 40s. Very original with the white B, with the white trim on the red jersey. But it's classic Boston University. This isn't AHL or the NHL where they're going to get wonky with their jerseys. They're going to make jerseys that symbolize the school. Old-fashioned look that people respect. Looks great to the eye. This is perfect. And I like how they also made it kind of more cherry red. Good jerseys, definitely a W.
You know what? I'm gonna say this a W. I
hope you would. If you said they weren't, I would have argued with you.
I'm gonna say that a W, because if you're talking about 100th anniversary uniforms, the stripes at the bottom, the old Eddie Shore era font B. Way to go, Boston University. The gloves, way to go. The pants, even better. Socks, couldn't really tell, but very good. Definitely a W. But don't worry, we have one more jersey unveiling, which we will get to that soon. We have another game alert. Andre Burakovsky recorded his first NHL hat trick with a 3-2 victory over the Florida Panthers. And we will get to more Florida Panthers stuff.
But Burakovsky never scored a hat trick with the Capitals. Yep, I remember feeling the same way when Louis Eriksson scored a hat trick with the Canucks. Yeah, that somehow happened in 2018, but I felt the same way. Did next to nothing on the Bruins, and he scored like a hat trick one time with Vancouver. And I was in disbelief.
Hmm.
I feel the same way, though. I mean, I'm like, man, why couldn't you score a hat trick when you were on my team? I don't know how you feel, but
Happy for
good for
him.
Burakovsky, though.
Feel happy for him.
You feel
Well
happy for
deserved.
him? Yeah, that's good.
Kudobin on waivers.
And would end
For
up clearing
that,
waivers.
yes.
I mean, what I don't understand is I was reading an article that 4 teams were interested in Kudobin. Why did one of those 4 teams that were interested in him not claim him? You're seriously going to give up a draft pick when you could have just got him right there on waivers? What? Makes no sense.
Mm-hmm. Red Wings re-signed Robbie Fabry to a 3-year $4 million deal. I'm gonna say this is a good deal. I understand that four mil is pretty much way high for Fabry, but I'll say the 3 years is good. Fabry is pretty much your backup rebuilding piece for the Red Wings. Yes, the Red Wings are now winning games. I understand why did they want the 4 mil, because the Red Wings are obviously winning, and they're giving him a pay raise.
Pay
Good
raise,
deal.
a small pay raise, but necessary pay raise. 14 points in 29 games, basically playing on the second line. I mean, that's not awful for a young team like Detroit. And Fabry's, 25? He's still pretty young. You know, this deal only expires when he's 28. You can give him another 3-year deal, maybe even more if he starts producing a little bit more in the point differential. We'll see what happens there. But if he can continue to get on that score sheet, we expect another 3-4 year deal when this one expires.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now we have some global series talk. The Capitals and the Lightning are rumored to be the next matchups in the 2022 Global Series located in Russia, but both teams will have to play against KHL teams in exhibition before Caps and Lightning play in Russia.
Didn't they try this crap a few years ago? Well, not a few years ago, but didn't they do this in 2010 and 2011? They had like the international series or something, and you would have to face like some KHL team and then the NHL team. I'm pretty sure the Blue Jackets beat like a KHL team 9-2 or something like that. Like, yeah, these will be beatdowns, especially the Capitals and Lightning, 2 of the better teams in the league. You're looking at a 15-1 game, but but regardless, it should be pretty cool that they play in a different arena, play out of state. I know the Lightning are used to playing out of country. Of course, they played the Sabres in an international game a few years ago, and I think the NHL could capitalize playing another game in Russia here.
Yeah, I've heard many rumors. If they're going to have a game in Russia, the Caps will be the front runner.
Makes sense because they have more Russian players. And obviously Alex Ovechkin.
Yes. All right. Grant's Rant Hour.
Oh, God, why?
Take it away, Grant. I'll be backstage, and then you'll do the show for right now. Go.
Okay. Well, I guess Alex just had it off. He's leaving this for me. There ain't no rant hour. It's just gonna be me. Well, I mean, I guess I'll rant a little bit. So basically, I had the privilege of commentating this absolute shellacking by the Vegas Golden Knights, beating the Bruins 4-1 last night at the TD Garden. The Bruins broke their sellout streak, and this was a good game for a lot of fans to miss, I'll tell you that much. So it's 2-0 early. First goal is scored by Max Pacioretty, bounces off the back of Derek Forbot. Second goal is, I forget who scored this. Oh, no, it was Pacioretty who scored. No, messing this up. Shea Theodore scored the first goal. Pacioretty scored the second goal. But I mainly want to talk about the Pacioretty goal. Basically scoring on a breakaway, which Jeremy Swayman could do absolutely nothing because John Moore And I know I've said his name on this program before. How many times have I been saying I want John Moore to be bought out? Here's why. He can't adapt to speed unless it's a bottom six line. Pacioretty went on the first line. John Moore can't cover him. The only three defensemen on the Bruins I trust could cover someone like Max Pacioretty or, hell, half the players on the Golden Knights is McAvoy, Carlo, Grzelcyk. The other three, Zaboral, Moore, and Connor Clifton, absolutely not. Absolutely have no chance playing against those night forwards. And honestly, that's what it came down to. When the McAvoy Grzelcyk pairing was out there, that was when the Bruins played their best. Whenever they put Moore and Clifton out there, they were awful. I think they were both -2. And it just goes to show you that the defense still needs some work. I think the Bruins could definitely make the playoffs. How far can they go? I don't think they're making it out of the first round. Maybe win the first round if they face the Maple Leafs or something, but they are not making it past the second round. And it's just going to end up being last year all over again. You know, there's a lot of factors that play into this. Joe Sacco, replaced Bruce Cassidy, was on a 5-game point streak. Cassidy comes back from the COVID list, and you play your worst game in a month. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. No Marchand, no Craig Smith. They were on the COVID list. Patrice Bergeron, who scored the only goal for the Bruins, is now on the COVID list. Oh, great. We have Pastrnak, Hall, and Charlie Coyle as the first line for the next at least 2 games. Yeah, Taylor Hall hasn't adjusted to being a first liner, and Charlie Coyle on the first line. Ooh, shiver me timbers. That's going to be rough to watch. All right, Alex, you can come back. Rant time's over. But, you see, it's just frustrating. Charlie Coyle on the first line, too, without Bergeron and Marchand. That's going to suck.
I got to give you credit about John Moore.
I'm always bringing up John Moore. Buy him out. Who cares if it's a $3 million cap hit? Buy him out. Call up Vakaheinen. Hashtag push for Vakaheinen's becoming a thing. I don't care.
Yes. Do you want to know his best season offensively is? It was in New Jersey, 16-17 season. This dude, 63 games, 12 goals, 10 assists for 22 points. And you know what he did? He has yet to score at least 5 goals. Below 5 goals.
The only thing I remember from John Moore is when he scored a game-winning goal against the Canadiens. When was that, you may ask? 2018. Like, it's depressing when I can say this guy's on the Bruins. His best play was back in 2018, and he has done next to nothing for 3 whole seasons afterwards. Like, come on. That's awful. If I can pinpoint during some below-average regular season game where the Bruins beat the Canadiens in Montreal, I'm like, listen, John Moore scored the game to go with like 3 minutes left. I remember that game. You want to know why I remember that game? Because that was the last time he was relatively decent.
Mm-hmm. All right, another game alert. Sorry, Panthers fans, we gotta slander you a bit. Crushed the Panthers 8-2 as Josh Norris and Nick Paul both recorded 2 goals. And Gambrell got his first goal of the season and his first goal as an Ottawa Senator.
Hey, Dylan Gambrell scored. Good for him. San Jose cries and sinks in the Pacific Ocean. I feel no remorse for that god-awful general manager, Doug Wilson. All right, moving on to the actual game itself. This was a slaughter. Ottawa, 6th best team in the division. The Panthers tied with the Maple Leafs for first in the division. Yeah, you figured it would have been 8-2 the other way around. Florida hasn't dealt with much COVID issues either, so that's what made it pretty surprising as well. Florida's at full strength, and they still got beat this badly. I mean, I think it's just a one-off. Florida will probably be back. I think the next game's tomorrow, so we'll see what happens then. But, obviously you don't want to make this a trend, and Of course, now Toronto leads the division because of this loss by Florida. So hockey world's not happy about that one.
Oh, and also one thing to say, Panthers fans. Congratulations, Panthers fans. Congratulations, Panthers.
Stop. You just cannot. You can't do the urinating tree.
You have lost 8-2. Do you know what's going on with Spencer Knight? He is just sleeping on the job.
Okay, sleeping on the job, Mr. Ilya Samsonov supporter to my left.
Oh my God. You allowed 6 goals that you thought that it would be simple enough. The 2 goals is obvious that there's no chance that you would get, but it should have been a 2-2 tie. Bring back the ties. That good?
You can't copy the one and only urinating tree. You just can't.
The slander machine.
Yes. Oh, and by the way, a little quick shout out to him. Go watch some sports ball when this episode of Powerskate concludes. You'll thank me later.
Yes. All right. Now we got one more topic for the first time in Powerskateshow history. We're now talking about the National Women's Hockey League. Who thought of that? The Metropolitan Riveters unveiled their alternate jerseys for the National Women's Hockey League this season. W or L?
This is a W. Nice jerseys. I don't like the fact that the jersey names are on the bottom. It's kind of like European jerseys. I don't like that. But the design itself looks good. And first ever women's hockey post. How about that? Something I didn't have on my bingo card. So good for us. We are starting to be more diverse in our hockey posting, which definitely isn't a bad thing.
Mm-hmm. You know what? You're gonna call me high.
Oh boy, whenever you say that, we're in trouble.
I'm gonna say this an L. You're talking about National Women's Hockey League.
Which is why the jersey doesn't look fantastic.
Hold on. Quite similar to the NHL, like whenever you have the nickname Rivs, it looks like a baseball jersey, but I'm not saying it does not look like a baseball jersey, but the word mark itself with the word Rivs kind of looks like a baseball jersey, and there's no chance that you're not going to get away with it.
This man is critiquing women's hockey league jerseys, ladies and gentlemen. It looks fine, in my opinion. It's like a WHL jersey. I ain't complaining. It is what it is. It's a WHL jersey, basically.
Cool. If we take out the N, then that would make sense. But anyway, yeah, L. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're now doing our All-Star roster predictions. If you already got yours on your list.
Yeah, I basically got mine.
Got yours.
So are we gonna do it for Eastern Conference and Western Conference, or are we doing it like by divisions?
By divisions.
By divisions, okay.
So we'll start off with the Metro. The forwards, I got Alex Ovechkin, Sidney Crosby, Artemi Panarin.
All right.
Kreider?
I'm just gonna say if I agree with it or not, because I'm gonna have probably a lot of your same predictions. I mean, I agree with Crosby and Panarin. I feel Crosby, unfortunately, may get the snub this year. But actually, never mind. You read off your rosters, and I'll read off mine. That'll work better. Forget what I said.
Kreider, Drew, Barzell. Now for the defense, it's a little bit tough. It was tough. I'll say that. Zach Wierenski, Dougie Hamilton, and Adam Fox. And for the goalies, I got Merzlikins and Anderson. Freddie Anderson.
Frederick Anderson has had a good year. I give him credit. All right, so for mine, for the Metro, I got Ovechkin, Zibanejad, Panarin. And my second line consists of Jake Gunzel, Matt Barzell, and Sebastian Aho. And my defense is looking like Jakob Slavin, Adam Fox, and Dougie Hamilton.
Goalies,
let's see. Merzlinskins definitely deserves an all-star game appearance, so I definitely want to give one spot to him. And I guess my second slot could go to, thinking about this one for a second. I liked Igor Shesterkin this year. Plug him in. Why not?
Woo! Disrespect to Anderson.
Yeah, Frederick Anderson made all-star games.
You disrespected Freddie Anderson.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah. You get the car crash for Esperanza. I was expecting when you said that, I did not think you were going to play that. I thought you'd be like, Jeremy Swayman's not going to be in my Atlantic All-Star team anymore. And I'm like, hurt the heart. Speaking of Carter Hart, no All-Star game for him this year. Flyers fans.
Poor guy.
Is what it is. Poor guy. He's been better, though. He's really improved from last year, so he'll definitely make one soon. Don't worry, Flyer fans. His time will come.
All right, Atlantic. Lucas Raymond. Stamkos Pasta. Huberdeau, Point, Bergeron, and Nick Suzuki. I only got two defensemen, which are Hedman and Riley. Goalies are Jack Campbell and Andrei Vasilevsky.
And you left off Charlie McAvoy.
And Moritz Seider.
Okay. All right. Time for mine. Atlantic. Don't worry. It's not going to be all Bruins. I promise. But for me, I got Marchand and Pasternak, the two wingers, with Brayden Point down the middle. And then my second line is going to be Barkov and Huberdeau with the Panther line. Call me crazy. Bray Kachuk. He's earned it. Yeah, Kachuk's making the All-Star game instead of Mitch Marner. Come at me, Maple Leaf fans. And then for my defense, I guess I'll go with 4. McAvoy, Hedman are the top pair. Morgan Riley, along with – I'm trying to think who would be –
You're pretty much only allowed to have 3 defensemen.
Oh, 3 defensemen? So then, I'll go with McAvoy, Hedman, and Riley for my 3 defensemen. And then – for goalie, as much as I would love to say Jeremy Swayman after last night's game, no. But what I will say, though, Vasilevsky's a lock. And I guess I could go with who's been impressing me in the Atlantic this year. I would say Peter Mrazek. He was looking good, but obviously he got injured. So now I'll go with Jack Campbell.
Oh, wow.
He's been good. He's been good this year.
Now we're going to go for the Central. McKinnon, Duchesne, Kaprizov. DeBrincat, O'Reilly, Keller, and Dubois. And your defense will be
no Patrick Kane.
Heiskanen and Makar. And your goalies are Hellebuck and Binnington.
All right. For me, I got Kaprizov, Duchesne and Patrick Kane. Second line is looking like DeBrincat. Trying to see who else. Ryan Johansson's been okay this year. I don't think he deserves an all-star spot, but we'll give one to Ryan Johansson and Kevin Fiala. And then for the Metro, I guess I'll go with three defensemen, which would be Makar, Heiskanen, and Jared Spurgeon. And then for my two goaltenders, Hellebuck's a lock. You can flip a coin between Saros or Bennington. I'll go you say Saros, though.
Now, finally, the Pacific Division. Drysdale McDavid, you lock it in.
Yep.
And Troy Terry.
Oh, and for the Central, replace Ryan Johansson with Nathan McKinnon. My bad. We were blank on Nathan McKinnon there.
Jaden Schwartz, Chandler Stevenson, and Timo Meyer, and Adrian Kempe. Your defensive pair will be Quinn Hughes and Alex Pietrangelo. Goalies, I got Gibson and Markstrom.
All right. For my Pacific, we're going to look at, let's see, what we're going to look like here. McDavid, Draisaitl, and Brock Besser. And then for my second line, it will be Johnny Gaudreau, Anze Kopitar, and Timo Meyer. Defense is looking like Quinn Hughes. Drew Doughty, who's honestly starting to bounce back. Good for him. And then I guess I could also go with who should I go with for my third defenseman? I think I'm going to go with Hampus Lindholm. He's been good. And then for my two goaltenders, we'll go with much as I want to say Jonathan Quick, because this is probably his last season, I just want Jonathan Quick to make it in just for respectful reasons. And then let's give it to Aiden Hill. He's been a good goaltender this year. So that one's out of the box for sure. I will get feedback for putting Aiden Hill in the All-Star game. But you know what, man? For a team who's struggling in San Jose, he's done a great job this year.
Yeah, I kind of like Aiden Hill. Like,
Aiden Hill's a good one. Actually, I want to take a look at the stats before I want to see if I'm being stupid or if he's actually having a decent year. He had decent stats last I checked. I mean, he has been pretty good since, again, trade to the Sharks. 25 years old. This kid's got a lot of potential. He has a record of, well, not great. 903 save percentage isn't awful. He's 6-8-0 with one shutout. Probably not all-star game worthy, unfortunately. But, again, a team with a weak defense like San Jose maybe squeezes in.
Yeah. All right. That's going to wrap up for Season 4, Episode 18 of the Powerskateshow. Season 4, Episode 19 will be the Christmas special.
That's right. Next week. Stay tuned.
We'll figure out a day between the 21st or the 23rd. We'll figure that out when the time comes. You guys will love it. And with that, do you guys want to follow our personal social media accounts? Links will be in the description below. Do you guys want to follow the Powerskateshow for news, updates when we go live and all that good stuff? Links will be in the description below. We will go live at the World Juniors.
Yes.
We don't have a schedule out, but we'll get to you guys around the Christmas special as well.
Well, guess what? The World Junior rosters are coming out as we speak, so at least we'll have rosters, so we'll know who's who now.
Do you guys want to follow Grant Flood from Flood Sports on Instagram and YouTube? Links are in the description below. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Let's get to 100 subs by let's say Easter. I know it's long way ahead, but let's say Easter. I don't care. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Season 4, episode 18 has been concluded. Season 4, episode 19 will be next in line. Thank you guys so much for watching. And Grant, would you like to add anything before we wrap up?
Well, I want to thank everyone for tuning in again. Can't wait for the Christmas special next week. And of course, make sure you go follow Powerskate for your daily hockey news.
Mm-hmm. And also, season 4, episode 20 will be our final podcast show in 2021. And we have a special video coming out on December 31st. So you'll go watch that. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys next week. Have a great night, everybody.